Huh. Real or
You know,
not?
the more I study his never mind.
Okay. Last week I tried to go back to the traditional real or not. Is this a real? Is it not? In it of it, in this, it may still be traditional, but it's also one of the new versions of real or not that I invented. God, I hope this is fake because if it's not, something's wrong with you. So it could either or. It could be in both categories. Like, come on, Marlon. Nobody is this crazy. Come on. Or it literally could be, yeah, that's true, and they stupid and everything else. So let's go ahead and get into it. Wife leaves babies during a burglary.
I'm 34 male. My wife, who's 42, is a stay-at-home mom. Last week when I was at work and our two eldest were at school, who are 5 and 3, my wife was sitting in the dining room table when she saw a man walking down the driveway and going to the front door. He had what she thought was a hammer. She went to the front door and the guy was trying to get in. The guy saw her and waved and tried to get in. She fled the house and ran out the back door. She left her cell phone and Apple Watch. She also left our twin daughters, who are 8 months old. They were sleeping in their cribs. She ran through the neighborhood looking for someone to help her call the police. Eventually, she found someone and they called the police. The police responded and cleared the house. It turns out it was just a repair guy who was supposed to be going to our neighbor's house, and he had been told that no one would be home and to just come on in. She's mad at me for not being more supportive of her. I was stunned when she told me, and I was surprised that she said she just left our girls there. She's always yelling at me about how I don't do enough for the kids, unlike her who sacrifices constantly. I don't think this is accurate, but it's besides the point. We've been having major issues in our marriage for a long time apart from this. She's acting like this is one of the worst things that's ever happened to her, which is making me madder and madder. I'm having a real hard time putting this one behind me. If this guy had been a bad guy, she would have abandoned our kids and just left so she could save herself. Our house isn't that big, and people in the neighborhood and online know that we have kids. I honestly don't know what to do. Edit. This happened about a week ago. I spent an hour on the phone with her that day trying to console her. I tried again that night, and I've been trying to take care of the kids and do all the chores at home. She's been focusing on what I think is a work-from-home job, but that she's lying to me about it and trying to hide it from me. Other than that, she's going out with her friends to bars. She does not believe in therapy and is refusing to go to marriage counseling that I set up for us online after the kids go to sleep. A big issue I'm having is the double standard that if I had done this, she would have never forgiven me and probably divorced me.
Oh, you left off the rest of it. I was trying to read it. I was like, it.
I'm gonna go with nah. But here's the thing. You don't know how somebody's gonna react in a fight or flight situation, especially with an untrained person. So there's that. But the story just doesn't make any damn sense. Like, especially the end of it, like when did he run out of funding for his script? Because it got bad, you know. She's lying about having a work from home job and going to the bar. What? How do you fake a work from home job and then what does that have to do with going? It's the look. If it's real, which I don't think it is, if it's real, y'all need to go ahead and find a way to chalk this one up and let it go. Not because of the first part. Because the first part, buddy, you should be able to work through that with her if she was a competent individual. Because, yeah, something could have happened, but nothing did happen. So you can work through that. That last part of the story where she lying about having a job and going out at night with her friend, that's the deal breaker for me. Like that's a whole nother story there. So yeah, that's how I take it. But the whole story, no.
I don't know if I can get past the first with this. I'm sorry. I just don't. I just can't see I can't get over. Okay, you left the fight or flight. That is a real thing.
It's
You
real.
don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you would do during that situation. The only problem that I'm having is, but you left all communications. Like, let's face the facts. We are not so away from our phones. We look down at our phones darn near. What's the average now? Every 45 seconds, we're looking on our phones. So even in a fight or flight, it's just mandatory. It's DNA at this point that we grab the phone. We always grab our cell phone.
No,
No, not
because
necessarily.
here's where I'm gonna push back. Here's where I'll push back.
Okay.
All right. So, would you agree that your children are more important to you than your phone?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So, in this scenario, as you were laying it out, the part of what you raised was we are always within hand reach of our phone.
Mm-hmm.
If she gonna run out the house, how does she run out the house and don't even take her phone?
And
The same way she run out the house and then take them kids.
This is why
Have you ever misplaced your phone?
Yes.
and lost my ever
Lost
loving
your
mind
entire
looking for
mind.
You may have, but was there somebody you thought was gonna hurt you chasing you at the time of that happened? That's the other thing. But what I'm saying is we misplace our phones, all types of things happen. And then I think another thing that's really worth layering in, which is where it could be a little harder for me and you. I don't know, I can't speak for the ladies. I can't speak for you either, but I'm just saying our role in the household is protector. So if something is going to happen, my mind is always function on this level. I'm already keyed up for it. I go towards whatever the issue is.
Yeah.
My wife, that's not how she is keyed up. So her fight or flight reaction is going to be vastly different from mine. Because hopefully she go grab the kids or whatever, but I just find it hard to judge a fight or flight response. Now, if something happened to my children because you freaked out and ran, well, we got a problem, right? Because I'm coming for your throat at that point. But nothing did ultimately happen. This is a teachable, workable moment, right? Do I need to get my wife some self-defense classes? Do we need to make sure we have the right type of home security so she feels more secure? Like all these different things we can do on that end of the scale. Like I said, for me, and this is just me, where she lost me is the second half of the story. That's where
I don't believe any.
I think with the knowledge, I'll get to you, Tracy. I think with the knowledge of knowing that Foxy is one of the it's the second hour. I've always told Foxy, you the Billy Badass of this family. Like you ready to throw down if anybody say anything about the family, you ready to go and blow and everything else and blah blah blah. One of the weekends that we took off for the show in October, we went through and other things such as Foxy, why do you go to that neighborhood? That's a bad neighborhood, and you always seem to want to go through it at night. I ain't scared. Ain't nobody gonna change my schedule. I got to do what I got. Okay, cool. Whatever. So one of the things that we did in October was we went through a Halloween, a haunted trail.
Right, you said that.
And this, I kept looking at this woman in the back of my head going, you would have been dead in my hood like 1,500 times because you hear a noise and you freeze. And I'm just looking at you like, can you keep walking? What are you doing? Keep
That's
walking.
part of the point.
I know,
That's
but
a
I'm
different
just saying,
situation, though.
Keep going. Ha! Oh my, Foxy, if you stop one more time, you're getting drugged through the rest of this doggone thing. Let's go. Let's go.
Part of the fun for people who enjoy such things, I can't relate to this. What I'm about to say, I
They
cannot
like to be
relate to
scared.
at all. But yes, they like
Yes,
that,
I enjoy
right?
things like
So
that. I'm like,
they
yes,
feed into it, like, oh yeah, like. But in a real life situation, they would have avoided the situation altogether. But this is an opportunity to go and be scared, and like the people who go to watch them really like. I
You
don't like
go,
scary movies at all.
The
I don't
gory
like it at all.
movies, yeah.
But like the ones where the child is the evil character, I can't deal with that.
No, no.
I already told y'all my story, but I can't watch horror movies because I think they're the stupidest individuals on the planet to
really.
keep constantly putting yourself. Oh, that's a nice house. Is it haunted? Yes, we'll take it. Can't stand you
Yeah, let's
people,
all
and
move
whatever
in. Move the
happens
whole
to you
family.
happens to you. I'm
Let's
so sick
go
of
to that
y'all.
same lake where they were murdered at last year.
And you
Sure.
never caught it, Tracy.
All I'm
But
saying
you did catch the
is,
killer. And
And
you
he
but
still
did
all
get
don't
I'm
killers off
saying
free.
is,
what are you